YouTube. It's your boy Lucas. So today I'm going to be giving my take on what is possibly the best powerlifting program I've gone through. Just put this into some context. This program was brutal. But however, it took my deadlift from looking like this at the start of the block to something more like this at the end.
Don't stop pulling, get tight! Come on!
So huge increase in deadlift strength. And today we're going to be talking about how this program can achieve that, and is it worth your money and your time. So the program is split. You can either do like 5 days a week or 4 days a week. 5th day is optional. And honestly, you might think 4 days a week, I want to do more, but honestly, bro, this program is hard. It is very hard. It is very taxing on the body, and you're gonna need those days for recovery. And I say this because some of the days you're gonna be in that gym for 3+ hours. And just to figure this out, you're gonna have to take your time seriously in the gym. It's a hard-working program, and it definitely introduces some new things that I've never done. For example, this program really dives into clusters. If you've never done a cluster before, it's like you do your 2 reps, and then you take another 2 reps 30 seconds later. That's your cluster set. That's something I've never done. Also, there's a lot of other things such as ascending and descending RPEs, which I've never really had to play with. Everything I've done before was a 5x5, 4x5, something along those lines. So jumping into something where you're upping the weights and changing the weights every set, something in the beginning, you would think that it'd be annoying. However, with how hard you have to work, back downs and drop down sets are extremely important for mitigating fatigue. And fatigued you will be in this program. I said it already, but it is taxing. It's very taxing. You're gonna have to work extremely hard on the days you're in the gym. So usually you're gonna have to start out with your squat variant and your bench variant. Usually normally squatting 2 times a week, normal squat, and then a squat variant. Bench normally 1 times a week, and then your 2 times a week squat variant. Deadlift once a week, and then your deadlift variant. So this program, let's just be clear, 100% powerlifting focused. However, it does do a good job of still adding in accessory work, and you do get your fair share of accessory work. So don't be turned off by that idea of you're not going to be able to do your accessories. You still are going to have your accessory work sprinkled in. So that's good. I like that a lot. And the program starts off relatively easy, and it starts off with your RPs about at a 5. So for the first block of the program, it's gonna build up to that, and then after halfway through the program, you have a deload week. It's super important to use this to really focus on your form, and then you're gonna get back into that so you can focus on your max outs at the end of the program. If you're in prep for a meet or a tryouts, I think it's a really good tool to use this program, and I strongly recommend it. My deadlift exploded on this program. I think that's because of using the techniques like the clusters and also the pod deadlifts. I really enjoyed having auto generation for my back downs. It makes a huge help, and I love that that's included in the Excel. So would highly recommend you use the Excel and not just try and copy something like yourself. It's honestly worth the money, and I would highly recommend you give it a shot. In addition to this, one of the 4 days is very brutal. This day, your SBD day, it's different. It's not like a normal SBD day, and it's gonna be pretty taxing. Usually this starts off with your deadlift. So your SBD day is the only day of the week that you have your main deadlift. So that's gonna be your cluster set, followed by your bench, followed by your squat. So it's deadlift, bench, squat. Super weird order, but honestly, I don't mind it because your deadlift is super heavy, and then your bench usually have a single, and then followed by like some lightweight, and then your squat is also super light by the end. It's like a 4x6 on some pretty lightweight based on your previous weight, what you already did for the week, because you already have your main squat. And after this, your squat, your bench, your deadlift, you're gonna have another semi-compound movement. So the whole program works through options, right? So you're gonna have a drop-down menu, and you're gonna be able to select the next exercise. So this is gonna be something like a Romanian deadlift or hip thrust, something along that nature to like additional glute work, but also pretty taxing. And then mandatory rear delt flies after that. So big day on that day. So why it's only 4 days then? The day before and the day after, you're gonna need a complete rest day, honestly. You're gonna be super shattered the day after, and the day before, you're gonna wanna make sure you have full rest. So honestly, if you take your training super serious, you're gonna have insane numbers by the end. It's 100%. The bench is also very, very nice. I watched my bench. Well, before this, I was completely plateaued on bench for the longest period of the time. After I ran this program, I was hitting constant PRs, mini chips throughout the program, and by the end, I was able to hit a decent sized PR on my bench. And this is after being completely stagnated for nearly like 3 months of no gains. So having this program explode my bench was amazing. I used one of the variants. That's what really helped. Personally, I enjoyed all the variants. This is my second time running the program. Currently doing the Larson press, which is one of the options, which I love. The program also includes like shopping tips and form tips. So it's really good on that regard. You're able to have like a reference guide. And the program itself, it's super easy to use. You have to just type in your weights for what your current maxes are, and then every day you'll have your top sets, and then you'll put in your accessories. But your back downs are already taken care for you, which is amazing. So just if you know what your top sets are going to be using like an RPE calculator, then you'll have like the best time. I love using the RP calculators, and pairing that with this program makes for a very smooth work experience. So that's something to also keep in mind. Now let's talk about who is this program made for. If you made it this far, you're definitely a powerlifter, and you're definitely interested in Jamal Browner's program. But if you're a beginner, I would definitely not recommend this program. This is not beginner friendly, and you will probably want to quit. You definitely will get overwhelmed and very fatigued. So it's something that beginners should stick away from until you definitely know the basics. I feel like this program is more suited towards intermediate lifters for sure, and people who definitely come from a powerlifting background. I'm not gonna put like a limit on it and say like if you don't have like 1,000 pound total, like you shouldn't have this program isn't for you. But it's definitely challenging, and it's good to have experience. I would say at least a year of lifting experience and powerlifting focus before this, before you even give this program a shot. Like, you're gonna have to really put in the effort for this program to work. The tools are there for you, but if you're not willing to give this program your all, you're not gonna succeed. And I can say this for sure. The first time I ran this program around, I thought it was a little bit overwhelming, and my squats kind of slacked. I didn't give it my all, and I would skip that SBD squat session, that light one. I would just, oh, it's not for me. I'll just skip it. But it really does have an impact. Jamal Browner and his coach know what they're talking about. One of the strongest people in the world. So I'm going to take their advice with a little bit of credibility. And you should too. I feel like a lot of times we don't give enough credit to these creators who make these programs, and I've never seen a review of this online, so I just want to share that. If you're thinking about buying this program and you're an experienced lifter to intermediate, I would definitely give it a shot. And if you do, post your results. They'll definitely repost you online, so give it a shot and let me know what you guys think. All right, appreciate you guys watching.